there everybody, this is Krista and welcome back to Crochet Witch Tarot, and time for some October excitements. I don't know about all of you, but this October went by especially fast. Like, I feel like it was just October 1st and I was getting so excited for spooky season, and now it's already November 1st. Yeah, today's November 1st. But I hope you all had a wonderful spooky month, if you like that sort of thing. We had so much fun yesterday on Samhain, Halloween. We moved to this house this year, so this is our first Halloween in this town, on this street. Found out that our street is the trick-or-treating street in our town. Like, everyone drives and parks on our street to go trick-or-treating here. Because it's a pretty long street with a lot of houses, and everyone's just on our street really loves it and decorates really fun. Oh my gosh, to tell you, I've never really had more than like a couple trick-or-treaters. We handed out, I want to say close to 200 pieces of candy. And I was really given, like, because I knew you could see just the mobs of children. I was really trying to give out one piece of candy. Occasionally I had some kids who would run up and be like, "Can I have two?" I'm gonna say no. Of course you can. That's bold. I like it. So that was so much fun. We were sitting outside handing out candy from like 5 to 8 last night. So I was initially gonna film this video yesterday to get it up earlier for you all, but I got very unexpectedly consumed by trick-or-treating. So much fun. But I hope you all had a really lovely holiday yesterday, if you observe it. And let's get into my excitements from the month. So we're gonna start with memories as usual. So to start out the month, my family always goes on a trip the first weekend usually. I'm pretty sure it's always the first weekend of October, to this family resort type of place that is near where my grandparents used to live. We have gone every single year since I can remember. And it's a really cool tradition that has continued to carry on. It's upstate New York, so you really get to see, it's like the leaves have really just started to change colors. There's this beautiful lake. We do all these fun activities like pumpkin painting and apple picking. Hopefully I will remember to be inserting pictures while I am speaking on this. But another really exciting thing from this trip is I got my copy in of the Cottage Witch Oracle. So I was able to take some really, really cool pictures while we were there in a place that really did inspire a lot of that deck for me. Because I wanted the deck to feel very cozy and homey and nostalgic, which it feels that way for me for sure. I'd hope so, since I made it, but yes, that was the vibe. So I guess going into the next memory favorite is that I put up and completed the pre-order for the Cottage Witch Oracle. The response was so unexpected and cool and amazing, so thank you all who pre-ordered or encouraged or both. Really, I'm so excited to see this out in the world. I don't know, just something I never really thought I would do, and I still can't believe it's happening, but it shipped, the order shipped today, so it's happening. Yeah. So, anyway though, if you missed out on that pre-order, there will be some copies of the deck otherwise, so keep a lookout for that. I am talking 1,000,000 miles a minute. Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm racing the clock a little bit because this morning had my annual physical and left having gotten both a flu shot and COVID booster. A real medley. So I really want to complete this video. Hopefully I feel fine. But I've heard with this booster that a lot of people do not feel good that night / the next day, so I feel like I'm racing the clock a little bit. So, And I'm excited. I don't know, I'm feeling excited this month. I'm gonna slow it down. Okay, the middle of the month was pretty quiet for us, I will say. But towards actually this last weekend, we did so many fun things. To start off, I had, on Saturday, a birthday party for a stuffed minion. You heard that right. My friend's 7-year-old daughter has a stuffed Dave the Minion from Despicable Me, those minions, and she decided his birthday was the day before Halloween. But because of the next fun thing, couldn't do a birthday party the day before Halloween. She also decided the birthday party was going to be at my house. She's the best. She's the best little girl. So I could not disappoint. So we decided Saturday would be the day because you don't always have your birthday party exactly on your birthday. You have it on the Saturday. That's what we said. So I got a bunch of minion themed party things. So we had a happy birthday sign with all minions. What else did I have? We had the birthday sign. Oh, and we made cupcakes, which she had so much fun doing, with blue wrappers to look like their overalls, and we made yellow icing, and I had these little minion cupcake toppers. I'm gonna put a picture here, hopefully, of the cupcakes, because they came out so cute. And that was just so much fun. I don't think growing up I ever threw a birthday party for one of my toys or stuffed animals. And I think we should do that. I think we should do that more often. I had such a blast, and so did she, so that was such a great memory. And so the reason we couldn't do the birthday party on Dave's actual birthday is because Paul and I had a wedding to go to on Sunday, and it was so beautiful. It was outside at this really amazing venue overlooking the Connecticut River, and they just had the most perfect weather, the most perfect day. It was so much fun. And they were so happy. I love weddings. I love anything like that, because just seeing people so happy and having their day, it's the best. So that was a lot of fun as well. Next category, I think? Yes. Let's do books. Yes, okay, we're gonna do books. So my first favorite is not one I have finished, but I'm loving it so far. It is Constable and Toop, written by Gareth P. Jones. So this is a book from the children's section in the library, and it's this story all about this young boy who can see and speak to ghosts, and he's pretty much helping them complete their unfinished business so that they can cross over to the other side. But then it's like this double story. So then you also are getting the storyline of this ghost who has to come back to the earthly realm as an inspector ghost, basically, to figure out what's happening with these ghosts that they're not keeping track of, but this little boy Sam turns out helping them cross over to the other side. So it's a really cool story. I'm excited to keep reading it. I just thought I would share it since I'm actually reading a book. And my second book favorite is I got in the full-size guidebook for the Gentle Tarot this month. I wasn't sure if this was something I was gonna get, but I am so glad that I did. I have loved my Gentle Tarot, but I can't say it is one that I have connected with in a way I have with some other decks. But I already feel this guidebook changing that. It gives so much depth beyond the amazing amount of depth that was already with the original guidebook. And there's such cool spreads. It just has really been changing the game for me with the Gentle Tarot, and I've been really enjoying going through this guidebook. Alrighty. Okay, I think we just have random favorites. So to start off, beginning October 1st, I think, I restarted a watch of the show Over the Garden Wall, which I love doing in the fall time. It is a very fall show, cartoon, that I love so much. I love it so much. I have the tarot deck, Tarot of the Unknown, which is based on that show, and I really had so much fun just having the decks out of the Halloween-related things just to flip through while I was watching them. It just was a lot of fun. I did that as well with my Nightmare Before Christmas tarot, and I don't know, something about it just made it extra fun for me. I guess it was kind of like combining my two joys. So I haven't finished yet. I've been trying to drag it out a little bit. I love that show so much. So that's been really fun. Next is, I've been playing Dreamlight Valley. Disney Dreamlight Valley. Is anyone else playing? Because I am obsessed. I am obsessed to the point where I now have it on 2 different gaming platforms. Listen, I bought it on Steam to play on the computer at first. I don't know why I did that, because I'm more likely to play the Switch. So as soon as I got it on the Switch, I have been playing non-stop. It's so much fun. It's so relaxing. I've just been having the best time. So if you like video games at all, and you haven't checked out Disney Dreamlight Valley, you should. Okay, my last random favorite is, Sandy actually showed this in hers too. Sandy from Exploring Tarot. I'm trying to get up the picture just in case I forget to put it on the screen. I want to make sure I show it. Could have done this before, but okay, here we go. No, not the right one. Here we go! Okay, so Sandy has been playing around with Procreate and has been doing these beautiful pet portraits. And she totally surprised me by doing one of Stevie, and it is my favorite thing. I need to get it printed. I want to find somewhere to print it on, like a canvas though. I don't know, it needs something special. But here is, oh, is it gonna focus though? Here is the pet portrait of Stevie. I'm gonna try and insert a picture here, but I have a feeling I don't know. I've got big lofty goals about inserting pictures in this video. Anyway, this is so cool. It is already my phone background, of course, and I'm really excited to get that printed, and it just was such a cool, unexpected surprise, and she is so talented. I cannot wait to see what else she does. But I think that was the last random favorite, so now we can move on to the decks. Exciting. I had so much fun with my decks this month. I'm really happy I chose to do the monthly rotation, because it really gave me an opportunity to really focus in on those Halloween spooky decks that I really tend to mostly use during the month of October. So, I want to highlight my favorites, of course. And to start with, as I mentioned, the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. I had so much fun with this deck. Paul and I watched The Nightmare Before Christmas, I'm pretty sure on October 1st, because it was a Saturday. Hi, Stevie. You came to say hi? Speaking of cats, the star of the show. You saying hi? I know, you want dinner. I'll be quick. Anyway, so we watched The Nightmare Before Christmas as soon as October started, and like I was saying I did with Over the Garden Wall, I just kind of had this deck. I was shuffling and playing with it while we were watching, looking at these pictures while the movie was going, and it just, I don't know. It felt like inner child healing almost, because I love this movie, and this tarot deck is so much fun for me. So combining the two experiences was just a lot of fun. So that was for sure a favorite. And I also really loved reading with it this month as well. And Andy actually, I think we technically traded some bags. I don't know. I feel like we send bags back and forth so often, but she sent me this Moonlit Fae Nightmare Before Christmas bag because she doesn't have this deck. So she thought I should have this for this specific deck. My next favorite, of course, Seasons of the Witch Samhain. That is no surprise. I feel like I talk about this all the time. I love this oracle so much. Beyond the Samhain season, it just works really well. It's a really deep, kind of shadowy deck for me. And I really like the witchiness of it too. I think that's a really cool element. So, for sure a favorite. I'm still using it for the month of November. For probably the first few weeks. Next we have this tarot, and I think it's just called the Halloween Tarot. But it is this vintage Halloween tarot deck. It's made by Wisdom by KK, I want to say, on Etsy. I had so much fun with this deck. I might say that this is even the one I used the most throughout October. I just thought it was so much fun. I love these kinds of vintage pictures. And the backs. I mean, this is Halloween to the max, I feel like. I love the orange borders. Just something about it just felt right. And I really, really enjoyed using this one. There is a, I don't know, it might be called the Christmas Tarot. I don't know if that's one I'm super interested in. But I definitely have my eye on it. But this one really was a lot of fun. Okay, last two favorites are the Halloween Oracle and the Halloween Tarot. This was new to me this month, the Halloween Oracle. I've never had this deck before. And now that Blue Angel has been printing on the really nice matte cardstock, I wanted to give this deck a try, and I'm so glad I did. I really love this Oracle deck. And this is another one that doesn't feel so specifically Halloween or Samhain. I really feel like I could use this beyond just October. And I definitely have plans to. I think this is really cool alongside Seasons of the Witch Samhain. I don't know, I just love this one. I love the writing in the guidebook. And it also feels like fun and witchy. I don't know. Something about it. I really, really enjoy this oracle. So very glad I picked that up at the beginning of the month. And then we have the Halloween Tarot, which I'm sure most of us have seen. So I've had the pocket one for a while, but I did get a copy of the full size because I really like keeping that Halloween Tarot in a tin in my bag. And I found I was just kind of like forgetting to use it because I always had it in my work bag or just to bring around with me. I brought that deck as well to the trip we went on. That one is a deck that travels with me absolutely in October, but it tends to year round if I'm going somewhere. If you are hearing banging noises, Stevie's playing with one of her toys. She wants attention so bad. I promise I'll give it. Anyway, I'm really glad I did get this full size though. I really enjoyed seeing this deck in the bigger format. And the other cool thing is that I got the set with the full-size guidebook, which I had no idea this deck had a full-size guidebook, and it is fantastic. What happened to this card? I dented a card. I don't know how I did that. Oh well. So I had no idea it had a full-size guidebook, and I'm so glad I got it. The guidebook is fantastic. It really explains to you what's happening in these pictures, and it really, some of the interpretations are really different, and it just really makes me love this deck even more, and makes me want to use it beyond Halloween, because the guidebook is just so good. So I've really been enjoying using this one, but that is, I think, the last deck I'm going to share from last month. Because Stevie just really wants attention so bad. Is that right? Okay. But before I go, let's talk about the decks I'm really looking forward to using for the month of November. If you missed it, I did my first YouTube live this past Sunday for my weekly deck chat, is what I'm calling those weekly videos now. And it was so much fun, and I did that live to pick out my decks for November. So if you want to see more of what I will be using, there should be a playback of that in my videos that you can watch. But yes, it was so much fun. I am going to try and do those weekly videos live as often as I can. I'm not going to say every week necessarily, but as often as I can, because I really did have so much fun. So, first I want to talk about is there it is, Walking Meditation Tarot. I used this morning already because I'm just so excited about it. This is one I backed on Kickstarter, and I love it so much. I really do. I mean, right away, look at that cardinal. I don't know what this shadow is we're getting, but we're working with it. I really love how connected to nature this feels, but I like that I get a mixture of landscape and animal, because every other landscape type deck I've tried just hasn't worked for me. But this one really is working so well, and I think it's because we have this animal element in it. I'm really excited to get into the secondary guidebook in this deck, which is a guidebook, no wait, guidebook to walking meditation. So you get the tarot guidebook here, but then you also get a guide for doing walking meditations, which I think is really such a cool concept. I've just been, look at the little chipmunk. I mean, come on, so cute. I've really been loving this deck so much. And I'm excited to get to play with it even more since it's in this month's selection. Okay. Next, let's talk about Sawyer's Nature Portals. We are really bringing back the animals. I was kind of missing my animal decks last month because I realized I don't think I really had any. Because it just didn't fit that feel, but I was really missing them. So we are heavily bringing them back this month. But this is another new deck for me. This is by Jamie Sawyer, and I love her artwork, especially in these nature portals. They've really been so much fun to use, and what I really like is in the guidebook she gives, you know, of course a guidebook would be the creator's personal interpretation, but we get it in the form of a personal story, which I think is really neat. And then it gives you a journaling space, and my plan is to use that to add in my own personal associations for each of these animals, if I have one. So, look at the skunk. So cute! I really, really am excited to get to know these more. So those are Sawyer's Nature Portals. All right, two more. We've got the Urban Crow Oracle. this is one I really hesitated on picking up because I wasn't sure how I was going to get along with it. I didn't end up ultimately getting along with the Crow Tarot by the same creator. But this feels so different. The artwork definitely looks different to me, but for me it's the keywords. The keywords are just different than any other deck I have. Not all of the keywords, of course, but there is a good handful of keywords that I saw and I was like, I don't think I have anything that says quite the same thing. And I've just really been enjoying playing around with this one so far, but really excited to get to use this and get to know it even more. I do really like MJ Cullinane's art style. I love crows. I was really sad when the Crow Tarot just didn't end up working for me, but now that I have this and I'm already really liking it, I think this is the Crow deck for me. I'm really excited about this one. And last but certainly not least, we've got the Conjure cards by Jake Richards. Now these cards are really interesting. They kind of work off a divination system. Not all their own per se, but all their own in terms of what I am used to. So on a system I'm not familiar with, I guess is how I really could have said that. But they are a playing card style, but then they also have these symbols on each of the cards. And I have just gotten such cool readings. It just, again, it reads so differently than tarot or oracle does for me. It feels a lot more like future predicting almost, or seeing the unseen kind of thing, which I do think tarot can do. I'm not trying to say that, but this just, I don't know, it's different. It really is. I've been really loving playing around with this so far and doing readings with it, and I'm just really excited to have this in my November selection. So sorry about this glare we're getting. It's coming from, I've got my arrow garden behind. Fancy ring light? No! Arrow garden. A grow light. Anyway, really, these are really cool cards. I'm very excited about them. I did already edge them in this like antique brown kind of color. Love that. But I think that is the last thing. I have my list over here, which is why I keep looking over there. Oh, the only thing I don't like about this deck is the box doesn't fully close. So I feel like if I was storing this anyway but letting it sit like this, I'd have to rubber band it. And if I was certainly bringing it with me somewhere, I would have to rubber band it, which is strange to me. I will probably just end up making a bag for it. I don't know where I put the, oh, there it is. There's the book. Okay, but other than that, I think that is the last thing I have to share with you today. So, I hope you all had a wonderful October. I would love to hear about your favorites, whether it's your favorite decks from the month or favorite thing you did. Whatever the heck. I love hearing it. So, other than that, I hope you're all having a really great week and are looking forward to November.